Good morning, guys. Our lion hearts. This guy's had a little bit of a rough morning. See, I woke up and he was not in bed. And there's only one reason that he's not in bed. And usually that reason is because he has gotten sick. And one of the things that I trained Jaw to do when he was very young was, if I ever heard him getting ready to throw up or anything like that, I'd run him into the bathtub and make him throw up in the bathtub. So he adopted that. Whenever he gets sick and is going to throw up or have diarrhea, he jumps in the bathtub and uses the bathtub. So of course when I woke up and Jaw wasn't in bed, I looked over and he was curled up in his chair. He's eating grass. And I went in the bathroom and sure enough, he had hopped in the bathtub and used it. So we're gonna have to watch this guy today. We're gonna have to see what's going on with that belly. You feeling any better today, bud? You feeling any better? Alright, Lionhearts, here's the name of the game today. I'm not feeling all that great myself. I don't know why. Maybe John and I have the same thing, maybe something's going around, I don't know. But I have to go to Beverly Hills because I got hired by another catering company. It's like been a long time in the works. Just to give you like a little bit of a backstory on it, it's about 6 months ago, one of the places that I work at that I really love working at, towards the end of the night, the captain came up to me and said, look, this is my last day working for this company because I feel like they just don't have their S together. Remember, guys, I don't cuss on here. I try not to anyway. But he goes, but I work for another company and they're giving me more jobs. And he goes, this place is no joke. If you're a good worker, you will do well and you'll make a lot more money there. And he goes, and I've been watching everybody here and you're the only good worker here. He's like, here's the information. Tell him I referred you. Send him an email with your info and your picture and everything. And I went ahead and did that and didn't hear from him. And then about a month ago, they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to work a job, to which I did. But this particular job they hired me for, I have to be clean shaven. So in like 2 weeks, I'm going to have to shave again. But they need me to come in and fill out paperwork today. And I'm pretty excited because, like I said, apparently you make a lot more money for this company and they get a lot more high-profile gigs. So I got to go do that today. I'm going to hit our vlog while we're over there. And I'm hoping to get as much of that done early as I can because I really want to spend today focusing on my taxes. I need to get my taxes done. And a big part of my taxes is just inputting all of my receipts. Since I'm an actor and a vlogger and everything that I do that pertains to that, I have to file all my receipts for it. And so I have to put all that together, input all my tax documents, save it all, and then turn it over to Michael and let Michael finish it for me. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It'll be a fun day, though. I have a pretty cool location planned. Daze of Jordan the Lion begins now. Alright, I'm going to head over to Beverly Hills now and fill out that paperwork. Kevin Claffey, I owe you a CD, is getting mailed out today from Beverly Hills, so you should have it very soon. Thank you for supporting me. Appreciate that. Well, I decided to bring our vlog over to my old neighborhood, over by Television City, CBS Studios, and there's actually a famous television show apartment building over here. I figured it's on my way. What perfect time to do it. It's one of my favorites too, and it actually wasn't a CBS show, or I mean it wasn't filmed at Television City. It was a Paramount production by the great Gary Marshall. And Gary Marshall made this as a spin-off from Happy Days for his sister, Penny Marshall. And what we're going to see today is the quote-unquote Burbank apartment of when Laverne Shirley moved to Hollywood. Laverne Shirley was your classic buddy TV show. It was like two early 20s girls
who were roommates making their way through the world together. And originally it started when they worked in Shots Brewery in Milwaukee, and then at the end of the 4th season, Laverne's dad and Edna, the manager of their building, decide they're going to move to Hollywood. And Shirley and Laverne get fired from their job, and in a moment of desperation they decide to come join in Hollywood as well, to make all their dreams come true. And right here is the building. They actually used, it would have been 421 right here, just to the right. And this was what we always saw as the front exterior shot. I was trying to give you a little bit better view, but they have a lot of trees here now that obstruct it. But the beginning of the 5th season, they end up living here. And Carmine lives out here as well for a while. And he eventually gets a job in Broadway, so he ends up taking off. And Laverne ends up dating the guy who manages this place, named Sonny St. Jacques, who was like a stunt coordinator. And I love this show. And what's weird is that eventually the show ends up getting canceled. But it was a weird way that it all went down, because basically what happened was Cindy Williams, who played Shirley, she ended up getting pregnant. She was married to one of the producers, I believe, and she ended up getting pregnant, and her husband made this outrageous list of demands to accommodate her pregnancy, from what I understand. And so they were making all these lists of demands, and the studio just decided they weren't going to do it, and ended up firing her. To which she sued them for $20 million, and what they ended up doing was, it was after 2 episodes of that season that she ended up leaving. So they had already developed a plot line where she was falling in love with a military man. So they just had her leave Laverne a note saying that she was pregnant and that she was going off to join her husband overseas, and that was the end of Shirley. Cindy Williams. And then eventually, once it was just Laverne, she requested that the show be moved to New York to accommodate her lifestyle, and they didn't want to do this. So they just canceled the show altogether. And I think this was actually my very first taste into what Hollywood was, or Hollywood being a thing, because I always remember when they moved out here, the intro would always show like the Hollywood sign and everything, and it was just so exciting. That I think that was one of those subliminal things that always kind of made Hollywood glamorous to me, and this show is just so awesome. I think it lasted, I want to say 7 seasons, something like that, 6 or 7 seasons, and just goes down as one of those most classic television shows of all time. I think anybody who's ever watched television knows the Schlemiel Schlemazel Cosmic Incorporated intro, and their move out here was positioned here. This was their apartment, and it actually is pretty accurate, because if you remember inside that apartment, the intro is like them kissing a Beatles poster and everything. Their apartment actually you walked in and it did go down a floor, and that kind of looks the way this would be. Now, I actually used to live in these. These are actually like quadruple plexes, or whatever, quadplexes. So it actually doesn't go down, but it would have simulated that effect for them. Wow, check this place out. It's in the neighborhood as well. Beautiful. They should have used this for it, right? And if you didn't know, Cindy Williams, before she was on Laverne and Shirley, she was actually a waitress at the Whiskey A Go-Go. And at some point I'm going to go do a little story on the Whiskey A Go-Go, and I'm going to tell about her very first night of working there. Very funny story. I wonder if that's the same Russell Westbrook that plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know he's went to UCLA. He probably is. He probably owns a car dealership now. Alright, let's head off to Beverly Hills and fill out my paperwork. I do kind of miss this neighborhood a little bit. Alright, the meeting is done. Now let's go grab some lunch. Actually, I just remembered that I have to mail this package out, and post office is just on the other side of this building, so let's go do that first. Now this, I believe, is the Beverly Hills Tennis Club, and the only story that I have for this place, I have done no research or anything, as I remember a story that Shelley told me that she, when she would want to lose weight occasionally early in her career in the 50s, she got into a habit since she lived 2 blocks away from here, that she would come here every day and play tennis with Charlie Chaplin Jr. And that she said when his father found out that he wasn't doing anything with his days and that he was just playing tennis and he wasn't trying to create anything or work or anything, he threatened to revoke his membership to here and take away all of his money. So that was pretty much the end of those days. Well, there's the Beverly Hills post office. I don't know how I'm supposed to get in. They got the whole entrance blocked off. Oh, I guess off to the side here. Pretty neat looking post office though, huh? Check out this architecture. Well, there's their little makeshift post office now. So, Kevin, your CD is on its way. Soup plantation it is. Well, he found himself in the bathtub once again while I was gone, so he's still not good. Juice time! I am completely out of food in this apartment other than 2 cans of tuna. I know I went to the grocery store, but this is what I bought, so I gotta either juice it or I got nothing. And I got a little bit of a surprise for tomorrow. I just found out I'm working, and I'm working at kind of a fun location. Alright, that is a lot of juice, buddy. Well, there it is. That's the nectar I got out of that whole pile of vegetable mess. And as soon as it gets cold, I'm going to give it a drink and go to bed. Alright, Lionhearts, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Laverne Shirley's apartment. Just an odd one that was on my way back from my meeting in Beverly Hills, and I've actually wanted to stop by and see it for a while. I didn't know it was there. I didn't even know that was where they filmed that when I lived over there. I really wish I would have. There's actually a handful of things that were notable, or people that lived over there that were notable. Seth MacFarlane used to live over there before he lives in now he lives in like the penthouse of where they do all the animation and everything for Family Guy and American Dad in that office, but he has the penthouse now, but he used to live right over there by me. And yeah, I just thought it was a cool location to check out. Who doesn't love Laverne Shirley? If you're wondering, I did input all my W-2s and everything into my tax program, so I'm about 1/3 of the way done. I have to still put all my receipts in, but I found out I was going to be booked for work tomorrow at a pretty cool California historical landmark, and I don't think they'll not let me use my phone because of what it is and what they're doing. But if for some reason I can't film it, which is what the vlog will be, I'll hit something on the way home and it'll be fun anyway. But yeah, I just got to throw in my receipts and then hand it all off to Michael, and Michael will do my taxes and get it all wrapped up, and life will be good again. I always hate things like looming over my head. I always have. But anyway, thanks for watching today's vlog. I kept it on the shorter side for you guys today. I know you've been watching 45-minuters and 25 minutes and whatnot, so I didn't want to like just add a bunch of stuff that wasn't interesting. I mean, I could have been vlogging my whole salad soup plantation trip, but it's like, what's the point? I only want to put in things that are interesting, and today it was just kind of like a get things done day. And thanks for coming along with me. Thanks for keeping me company. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion from Hollywood, California, saying good night.